Hello, I'm Nick. In this video I want to share 7 practical recommendations to prevent Claude Code from creating generic web design. But first, let me show you what generic web design looks like. We are in the empty directory. Suppose we are building a landing page for a SaaS service called Roxy. It's a security solution for small businesses. So I will type and submit this simple prompt that explains what I want to see. Claude will analyze my prompt and search for relevant skills. I do have a skill called Super Landing Page that is relevant to this task, but I want to ask Claude not to use it. So, when it shows me this dialog window inviting me to use the skill, I will say no, please create design from scratch. And we can see the Super Landing Page was not used. And here is a summary of what was created for me. It's a simple HTML web page with styles and interactions. And if I open this page in a browser, I will see this design. It looks okay. It clearly serves the functional purpose of the landing page, but you can easily spot that it was AI-generated stuff. The overuse of gradients, very common layout design decisions, blocks of content, and so on. If we want to have something better, we need to change our approach. And what I mean is 2 things. Change the structure of the project and write Claude MD file. We are in a new directory, but this time is not empty. It contains a few subfolders and Claude MD file. So let's start with the project structure. We have 3 subfolders. And I want to start with the first directory, My Brand Assets. This is a dedicated directory for brand assets, and later we will instruct Claude to use this information from this directory when generating web design. The directory contains style guides in separate files, colors, icons, company logo, and typography. All files are nicely formatted and will be used by Claude. Next, we have a directory for visual references. In this directory, called Web Design References, I will keep the screenshots that I will ask Claude to use when creating my web page. This one in particular is from Dribble. As a rule of thumb, use 1 or 2 references for Claude because it will make it easier for AI to understand what design decision it should use. The final directory is called Screenshots. This is a directory that will be filled with the screenshots that Claude will capture when refining our web page. So Claude will take screenshots of the page it generated for me, put it in the screenshots, and compare this screenshot with the inspiration that I provided. And if it finds mistakes or misalignments, it will fix the design. We're done with the project structure. Now it's time to talk about Claude MD. You might wonder how Claude will know how to use the information in directories that I've just shared with you. The answer is, it will learn it from Claude MD. So we need to create a context for Claude on how to use the information from directories. But first things first. We need to ask Claude to use front-end design skill. This is a dedicated skill that helps Claude make the most of its front-end coding capabilities. It's recommended to invoke the skill every time Claude writes code. And this is the instruction for that. I suggest double-check that you have this skill installed in Claude. You can do it by prompting Claude to show all the skills you have. This command will generate a table with skills. And if you don't see the front-end design skill, type plugins, select Manage Plugins, search for front-end design, and click Install. Choose the first option for you to make it available for all your projects. Type Clear to clear the session window, and ask Claude to show you the skills once again. You should see the skill in the list. Let's get back to Claude MD now. And the next thing that I want to do is to explain how to use visual references to Claude. I will explain where the inspiration and references are stored. Directory Web Design References. How should Claude use this information? And what to do when we don't have visual references. You likely spot the last section that describes the workflow for visual analysis. And this approach is called Screenshot Loop. Basically, I ask Claude to capture a screenshot of a web page it generated for me and compare it with the reference, find mismatch and fix it. And I also ask it to do at least 2 rounds of comparison and fix. And the files with the screenshots will be added to the directory Screenshots, which is empty right now. Finally, AntiGeneric Rails. When people use a particular technology, such as React framework, they typically make standard design decisions. Many times they use default styles and settings. As a result, these design decisions lead to generic design. And this section lists such default styles so Claude can avoid them when crafting design. Now it's time to submit our prompt to generate the landing page. I will use the same prompt as in my initial example. And once I submit it to Claude, I see that it has activated front-end design skill. It also starts to analyze the project directory. And after the analysis, Claude will generate me 4-step to-do list. It will go step by step through this list. And on the final step, when our solution is coded, it will start capturing the screenshot of the page it generated for me and compare it to the reference. We can jump to the screenshot folder to see the screenshots. Lovely! And the interesting fact is that Claude will refine both visual hierarchy and particular sections of the page, such as hero section. So it will capture it independently. Once it completes the job, it will show us a link we can navigate to see the page. And this is it. The page looks much better than the previous example, because it uses our logo, styles, and it was created with inspiration that I provided to Claude. And the nice thing is that it's not a copy of this inspiration. It's a nice rework that conveys the spirit of the original. And that's all. Let me know what you think about this approach in the comments. Thank you.